ambitious professionals, it's Linda Raynier of lindaraynier.com, guiding you to a career and life you'll truly enjoy. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through 3 tips on how you can communicate more clearly and effectively, especially when you're at work, in a meeting, or you're going on a job interview. This will be very helpful to you, especially if you have trouble with expressing your thoughts clearly. Now, as a career strategist, I've been able to help numerous professionals land their dream job offers. And if this is something that you're interested in working with me one-on-one, then I will give you details about that at the end of this video. Through my years of experience of working with corporate professionals, I have recognized that one of the biggest confidence boosters or confidence killers for any individual has a lot to do with their ability on how to articulate their thoughts and words in a clear and engaging way. Essentially what I'm saying is, if you're someone who struggles to communicate effectively, this has probably had an impact on your career, and to the point where you may not have been able to grow in your career as quickly as you would have liked. So today I'm going to share with you 3 things that you need to know so that you can speak more confidently moving forward, whether you have a conversation with a colleague, whether you have to make a presentation in front of a group of people, or the next time that you have to go on a job interview. Tip number 1. Know that you're the expert. If you find that you are struggling with being able to articulate your thoughts and ideas and you lack confidence when you're talking to your boss, your coworkers, or to an interviewer, even if it's a topic that you know a lot about, it's likely because you're consuming yourself with thoughts like, I hope I'm not saying the wrong thing. I wonder what he or she is thinking of me. I hope I sound competent right now. Those kinds of thoughts are hugely distracting, and they actually cause you to waver and to sound shaky when you're trying to deliver these conversations. And that's why you need to shift your focus away from self-doubt to knowing your value. This is especially applicable to you if you've been at your company for a while, but you haven't seen progress in your communication. Knowing you're the expert means that you recognize that in your organization, you are specialized in the work that you do. Nobody else in the company, whether it be your boss or your other coworkers, knows more about what you do than you. You are the expert. So that means that you need to trust in your own knowledge and the experience that you have, that you've been able to develop in this position. You can't second guess yourself to the point where other people start doubting you as well. So the next time that anyone in your company comes up to you and asks you a technical related question about your work, or a topic or subject that you should know stuff about and that you do know stuff about, you need to answer it in a way that an expert would. You have to put yourself in that mindset and say, how would an expert who knows my role inside out be able to explain this to another colleague or to a boss in the company? And this leads me to tip number 2. Tip number 2 says, know how you tie into the bigger picture by asking smart questions. This is a pattern that I've seen quite a bit amongst certain professionals who end up working in big companies, such as big banks or government organizations. And the issue or pattern I've experienced is that they only know what they do, but they don't actually know how it ties into the bigger picture. They don't understand how their role plays a key factor in the rest of the organization. And because of that, they only know what they do and they only do what they do. And even though they're the expert at what they do, they're very limited in what they know. If you don't understand how your specific role and the responsibilities and the duties that you do play into the overall bigger picture within your company, within your department, that is a major issue, and that's going to cause communication issues for you and it's going to show up in your workplace, especially when you have big meetings where you have to explain your part and you're going to be explaining it to other colleagues or higher level managers or bosses, and they're not getting why you're doing a certain thing. Just because you were told that this is how you do something from the beginning doesn't mean that you do it robotically and you don't understand why you're doing it. So that plays into your communication as well. So the antidote to this is to ask questions. Don't ever be afraid to ask why you're doing something, especially when it doesn't seem to make sense or when you really don't understand why. Professionals who know how to ask smart questions are also the ones that are able to identify process improvements. They're able to drive efficiencies because they recognize the reason why they're doing something, and they're able to figure out better ways of doing it. And when you ask smart questions, it gives you the comfort that the work that you do actually serves a purpose. And finally, tip number 3 to communicating effectively is know when you're not the expert. One of the biggest mistakes that I see professionals making in their workplace, and that diminishes their own personal brand, is when they talk about a topic as if they're the expert, when in actuality they know very little about it. And because they are not the expert or they don't know very much about that topic, but they keep talking about it, they say a lot of wrong things. And what happens is this leads to issues where when you say things that aren't true or that don't make sense, people will lose trust in you and they will no longer come to you for answers in future instances. People will appreciate it if you are authentic and genuine and are willing to admit that you may not know so much about a certain topic area because it doesn't happen to be in your line of expertise. So how do you handle a situation where you don't know much about the topic? Firstly, you don't say, "I don't know," and you wipe your hands clean and walk away. That's not the way to do it. Instead, what you need to do is take it as a learning opportunity and tell the person who you're speaking with something along the lines of, "I'm not an expert in this, but I know that blank is. How about we approach him or her to assist us with this?" To know when you don't know something shows maturity and self-awareness. Nobody is going to criticize you if you don't know something, but you work hard to try to figure it out. But people will criticize you if you act as if you know something and you end up just speaking gibberish. So there you have it. Those are my 3 tips on how you can speak more confidently and clearly. Now, if you are someone who's been on the path of searching for a better job, a new career path, making a career switch, and you've been looking for a while, but you haven't been getting many interviews and not getting any job offers, and you're ready to take your job search strategy to the next level, then feel free to reach out to me. Head on over to my website, lindaraynier.com/standoutgethired. Read through the page, fill out the application form, and if I think that we are a match to work together, then I will reach out to you directly. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.